Muhammad died without giving any succession plan. His death gave birth to the biggest dilemma in Islam. Soon there were two camps. One wanted that a close companion of the Prophet, well-versed with his daily lifestyle, thinking capable and pious, should be the successor, so that his sunnah or the way could be continued. These followers were all as sunnah, or people for ways of the Prophet. The other camp strongly felt that the successor should be a blood relation of the Prophet. They were in favor of maintaining the family line. These followers were al-Bayt, or people for the household of the Prophet. The former group, al-Sunnah, was called Sunnis, and the others who advocated the bloodline, al-Bayt, were called Shias. Sunnis believe that there is no basis for a hereditary privileged class of spiritual leaders, no basis for the veneration or intercession of saints. Leadership of the community is not a birthright, but a trust that is earned. This trust is reposed by the people and can be withdrawn by them. The Muslim community or Ummah should choose their leader by consensus. Abu Bakr became Muhammad's successor by consensus of the companions of the Prophet, and not because he was the Prophet's father-in-law. Muhammad did not have any surviving son. The nearest blood relation surviving him was his cousin/son-in-law Ali, who had married Muhammad's daughter Fatima. The Shias wanted that Ali should be the leader of the community. They were reluctant to recognize the authority of the elected by consensus Abu Bakr. They chose to follow a line of imams who they believed had been appointed by the Prophet Muhammad, or Allah himself. The supporters of Ali were Shiat Ali, or Shia for short. Shias believe that the imam is sinless by nature. His authority is infallible since it has been entrusted to him directly by Allah. The Shias hold that the imams are fit for veneration as saints and go on pilgrimages to their tombs and shrines for divine intercession. Muhammad's wife Aisha had supported her father Abu Bakr as the successor to her husband. In the Battle of the Camel, 656 AD, Aisha opposed her stepson-in-law Ali outside the city of Basra because she wanted the culprits who had assassinated the third previous caliph, Uthman, to be punished. Aisha's forces were defeated and the widow was escorted back to Medina.
The first four caliphs who ruled after Muhammad were Abu Bakr, 632-634 AD, Umar ibn al-Khattab, 634-644 AD, Uthman ibn Affan, 644-656 AD, and cousin/son-in-law Ali ibn Abu Talib, 656-661 AD. The Shias closely look at the early years of discord regarding the mantle of leadership, raise objection to actions of the first three caliphs, and reject the testimony of many companions who have narrated the tradition and spiritual practice of the Prophet. This rejection creates differences in many religious practices, such as praying, fasting, and some other areas. Sunnis and Shias mainly differed as to who should be the caliph. As time went on, these differences widened. Interpretation of the Hadith, sayings of Muhammad, and Sunnah is an important academic study. The Shias had a marked preference for those portions of Hadith and Sunnah literature that was attributed to the Prophet's family and his close associates. The Sunnis consider all Hadith and Sunnah narrated by any of the 12,000 companions to be equally valid. Shias recognize these as useful texts relating to Islamic jurisprudence, but subject them to closer scrutiny. The difference of emphasis has led to a different understanding of the laws and practices of Islam. Shia theology treats the first three caliphs as usurpers. They believe that Ali was the second most divinely inspired man, after Muhammad. Only he and his descendants by Muhammad's daughter Fatima, daughter of Muhammad's first wife Khadija bin Khuwaylid, the Imams, are the sole legitimate Islamic leaders. The imamate of the Shia has a far more prophetic role than the caliphate of the Sunnis. Unlike the Sunnis, Shias believe that special spiritual qualities have been granted not only to Muhammad, but also to Ali, as well as the other successor imams who were of the same bloodline. Shias follow the teachings of the imams, descendants of Muhammad, and regard them as original and sole interpreters of the Quran and the Islamic articles of faith. Shia Muslims have always held that the Prophet's family are the rightful leaders of the Islamic world. This is an AI-generated art. Do like the video and subscribe to our channel. We will come back with the next part of Evolution of Islam next week.